Hey everyone, it's Trader Rob. Today is oil inventory day. We got high impact news. Let's see how the news impacts our trades in the morning, right after the intro. As always, nothing that I state on this channel is financial advice. Trading futures or any type of trading is risky business. Any capital that you put out there is at risk of loss. All right, so man, I've been eyeballing this overnight open trade here on the NQ. So let me see if I can bring this out here a little bit. So we've had this pretty much straight run up from pre-session, and look at this. I mean, we literally tapped into this overnight open by a tick, and then we got a rejection down. I looked at it right about here, and my concern here was that there was a very, very big push, and it just seemed like price action wanted to continue to go, higher. So I didn't initially get into this one. I did get tempted here again because we had a huge wick up, and this was right at the news or right after the news, and we get a rejection. So I was really interested in taking a trade here. I didn't, and actually proved out to be a pretty good non-trade for me on this overnight open on the bot. So how are the strategies doing this morning? Well, first of all, we had U.S. Existing home sales at 9 a.m. Central Time. We had consumer confidence at 9 a.m. And then in about 23 minutes, we've got uh, oil oil inventory report. So that obviously provides um, a lot of movement in oil. I'm not going to trade session two. I don't like trading um, into those reports on oil. That's been my setup. We did take a loss this morning in oil in session one. We got an inside bar that activated here at 8:05, and we got activated to the short. We were actually in some pretty good profit. I would say about 60% um, of our TP was almost there, and then we took a reversal here, knocked us out for 20 ticks or $200. Um, so that kind of hurt. So now I'm done with oil today. Oil was for me was a loser today. I know there's a bunch of people in my Discord that are obviously looking to take a trade in session two. So let's take a look at gold. Gold was the opposite. We had an inside bar at 8:15 in the morning. We get activated to the short, and this one was, believe, about 22 ticks, and we get activated to the short, and boy, we just blow right through this full take profit. So this was a $220 winner for me. So that was great. My 835 NQ trade hit for $250. So I'm up, I think 270 right now in the day. Pretty much oil and gold were kind of a wash. So I'm going to bring up gold. I'm sorry, I'm going to bring up oil because we look like we're going to get an inside bar here. We do. So just so we can follow along, I'm not in this trade today, but there's our entry. So we would have been right now activated into a long. So let's bring out that long tool, and then let's see what would happen here. Looking at 16 ticks, which is a pretty small target. We're obviously we got activated into the long, and we would only be looking here for 16 ticks, which is the bottom of the source candle here. So let me see if people. Yep. Yeah, so a bunch of people are in long as well on the Discord. I am not in this trade. I don't like trading this session on Wednesdays, on oil inventory days. They've just the edge is really diminished in that second part because you're gonna get a spike one way or the other once that news report hits, which is gonna be released in about 19 minutes. So you run you run the risk there. Um, there's definitely some, and overnight open. So, and here's another example of what I would consider to be a pretty decent trade. I think I've talked about this one a few times. If we were to have gotten a bigger push up, okay, so let's say maybe around to this level where we're breaking new highs, I would love then to see a curl back into the overnight open and then look for a bounce off of the overnight open on a continuation. That to me would be a perfect setup. Um, the only problem with this one is that I just don't see enough space here. So this could very easily just start chopping around at the overnight open, and you don't want to be caught into that trade. Let's see how oil's looking. Not looking too good right now. So we'll keep an eye on it. Let's see what the bot here can take today. And then I'll give you a recap of all of the strategies. As far as the Rob reversal, we had two setups this morning. Both signals were for shorts. Both of them were pre-session, so we wouldn't be taking these trades based on time condition. But also on top of that, if we're getting a short signal and we're closing above the ADMA, these are no trades. So we'll see how the rest of the day does on the raw reversal. I do have a funded account, one of my funded accounts now, just trading that one because I passed the eval with that NQ trade, and I'm going to just continue on with that one. So we'll see how that one goes. All right, stick around for my trade recaps on the bot and the total session for today. All right, here we get into a short in oil off of the 5-minute red line. Price here has been trending upwards, and we actually right here just get into a simultaneous trade in the NQ. So we're looking for a short in oil and we're looking for a long in the NQ, both off the 5-minute red line. So I'm in front of the chart and I'm actually more excited about the NQ here than I am over the CL. Just because we didn't see that big of a pullback. I mean, there was a pullback. It was rhythmic. It wasn't one just giant candle. Not a big fan of those. But here it's looking positive. I'm pretty much positive in both trades, and the NQ already went to break even, so I got no skin in the game there, and I've got very little skin on the game in the CL. I think that one gets knocked out. I think I only had maybe 2 ticks of loss at that point. So at this point, I'm banking on, I think I'm get really close here to $300 in profit on the NQ. And I'm really just hoping that we can break through from this pivot. That's all we really need is if we can get a push through this pivot. I think we've got a really good shot of taking full take profit on this trade. I did have to speed this one up because obviously with both of these trades, it did take a good amount of time. And And then, we start to see a pretty big rejection candle here right off that pivot, which I was kind of expecting. I was okay with it taking a small pullback and then trying to regain its strength and do that push that we need full for our full take profit. Obviously, in the CL, our moving stop got us out of a bad trade there for sure. Didn't have much risk on the table there. So again, it's little small cuts, and you're looking for that home run trade, and that's a big rejection candle right there. At this point, I'm like, okay, either we're retesting or we're gonna get knocked out.
Order submitted.
All right, here we get here where the bot takes us into a 5 minute red line. It's trying to go long. Full disclosure, I am not in the charts right now, so this is completely automated by the bot. And unfortunately, it gets me into a trade here that just right off the bat, you can take a look and see that you're just kind of you're trading in some chop here. Um, it's ranging and choppy at the same time, so not the best trade. Definitely compared to the other two setups that we had for today, that just don't like it. So again, probably one where if I'm in front of the chart, probably don't get in the trade. And then at this point, you know, break even gets moved up a little bit here on our stop, which is great because on a 5 minute red line, probably took 2 or 3 points off the table off the risk. And I would say that this is way less than a 50-50 proposition on getting a bump up here. I mean, that would just be, I think, luck and a gift, just based on price action. So we're in here now. We're in some drawdown. I believe that we've got about 5 points, 5 points of risk on the table here. So roughly $100 we are risking. Obviously trying to make a really nice take profit here. I believe that's about 38 points. So the risk to reward is great. You just got to hit a few of them. That's the name of this game with this strategy. That is for sure. And unfortunately, this one also knocks me out here for about $100 of loss.
Order canceled.
All right, and there you have it. The bot took 3 trades today. Two out of the 3 trades I really liked, and unfortunately, the one trade that I did not like at all, that was just in the middle of a chop fest, is the one time where I've got the bot just running on its own. So took that last trade kind of stunk because we were really down like $20 at that point. So we took $137 loss today, bringing our account to $42.91. So almost, well, a $700 loss from our initial $5,000. Feels like I was just at $48.50 a couple days ago. So it's been some consecutive losers for me. And one other thing too, let me just bring up the performance here. We had a total of 3 trades. One was that break-even trade. We had that other one that was a really small, it's $20. So it took $137 total loss with commissions on there. Another thing is there was a few overnight open trades that I was really stalking, especially in the morning, and the market today was just not respecting that line at all. It was just kind of going right through it constantly. Let me see if I can. I think there was one instance today where there was a decent trade. Why did it just do that? Right here. Let's see. Let me expand this. There we go. So right here, we had a decent pullback off of that overnight open, and then we kind of crashed right through it. And then, well, we had a nice little touch here for a nice move. So I guess I don't really know what the hell I'm talking about, because this was a really nice... what time was this at? Oh, okay. Well, this is already midday, so I wasn't even looking at the charts at that time. Let me take a look at the overnight open while I was looking at the charts, which is right here. This is the morning. So you can see it kind of just blew right through the overnight open. There was a small rejection. You could have definitely got faked out on that trade if you're playing that overnight open. So, and I think the CL was pretty much the same thing as well, where it was kind of just teetering with that overnight open, not really respecting it and getting some bigger bounces off. Almost didn't make the video today just because I think I'm coming down with something. Was coaching 8th grade basketball tournament this weekend, and there was about 400 coughing kids in that gym. So I think something hit me pretty damn good. So just a really quick recap. Gold was a nice winner today for 23 ticks. That was a nice trade. And in oil, we took a loss in session 1. And I did not take a trade here in session 2. This was going right into oil inventory day. So that would have been a a 16 tick loss. So overall, green on the, well, for me, green, but maybe $20, barely enough to cover commission. So it's kind of a wash of a day today. Didn't like that last trade that the bot took. Wasn't really happy with that trade at all. So it is what it is. Not the the last couple days have just really not been very eventful when trading, and I think that that's what we're going to be expecting here, going into the holidays. But hopefully, I'll be here tomorrow trading, and I look forward to it. So please make sure to like this video, leave me a comment below, let me know how your trade setups did today, and please subscribe to the channel. It helps me out tremendously. Thanks, everyone, and happy trading.